the streets.
Well, this is not a game, is my message. This is not something that we're going to tolerate around town. I think the media, I think the citizens of Jacksonville, I think everyone feels the same way. This is not something that's okay. This is not something we're going to tolerate, and we're going to pay very close attention, so don't get involved. Stay away from the nonsense.
So there's no evidence to show any of them are connected, and there's no evidence to show that any of these are random. And I'm out here to reassure the community that we are out here in full force.
26-year-old Charles Jones, who was also known as Julio Foolio, was reportedly there to celebrate his birthday. I think he was turning, 26 or 27. Police are still trying to figure out a motive for the shooting. But in some of his songs, he made jokes about the murders of people in other groups as well as rappers.
Working to learn what led up to the shooting, motive. They are talking with witnesses. They are looking for video.
Because it ain't cool now. No, it's over now. It's over for him. It's permanent. And now we have to deal with messing and clean it up.
You getting over this is not going to prove anything.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, your mom is still alive, right?
Yeah.
You know, you got siblings?
Yup. I got 2 sisters, a little god sister, and a big brother.
Right. You got people who love you.
Definitely.
You've seen it? Okay. So what he said was, and we'll play the clip, was that you guys have talked a couple of times, and he thinks that the beef will end sooner than later.
I don't know him. I never seen him before in my life.
Jacksonville rapper Charles Jones, known as Julio Foolio, in Tampa.
And if it takes us following them one at a time, we'll follow them one at a time.
It just sounds like this is just going to keep continuing, and more bodies are going to drop, more people are going to get shot, more mothers are going to cry, people are going to lose their brothers and you know, friends and everything else like that. Could there be anything that could be done with, let's just say, you and Yungeen Ace sitting down together and saying, look, a lot of on both ends, but we have to just basically, you know, we don't have to be friends, but we got to get past this and kind of just move on with our careers because we're both successful in our own way.
It probably happen sooner than later. You never know what God got planned, you know? I told him that a couple times, you know? We be talking time to time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what can happen. You know, like, it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? We want to kill each other. Nah, we just mutual.
So what he said was, and we'll play the clip, was that you guys have talked a couple of times, and he thinks that the beef will end sooner than later.
I don't know him. I never seen him before in my life.
In person?
Never seen him before.
Okay.
No, but that's none of them. Anybody in my city that's into me who rap. See, this is the thing. See, okay, my city, like, it's like everybody in my city, they all rap, right? So they rap to diss me so they can get views, so I can respond. So that's their way of like getting on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, it's like a whole, like when I got, everybody went to claim me they shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was like a whole little big city. So everybody who rap in my city, like who would, they beefing with me right now, none of them even know me. I never even seen them before in my life. You know what I'm saying? So all of them, nobody, I don't know none of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So everybody started beefing with me out the blue just cause I got on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I don't know them, so I don't be getting what be going on. I don't know them. Yeah.
Well, you've never met him in person. Have the two of you actually talked on the phone?
Never talked.
You're saying that's not true?
No, I ain't saying that. No, we don't. He don't. It's like, we done DM'd each other before.
Okay. So you've DM'd each other. So there's been some communication between
For sure. And like this little clubhouse, that shit.
Okay. And when he said that he thinks that the beef will end sooner than later, it sounds like he wants to figure out a way to squash it. It sounded like he wants to somehow work things out. Are you open to working things out with him?
He want to work stuff out because he know he don't know me for real. So it's like I say, like he don't like he got what he wanted. Like he got the the fans, like, you know what I'm saying? He got it, he went up, so now he got what he wanted. So now it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, like I say, bro, I don't know him.
The ATK gang. Investigators say this organization is connected to a string in Jacksonville.
There's many names for ATK. Ace's top one, 9 people, you know, potentially responsible for 15 of, and who knows what else.
It's just a lot. That's just what it is in Florida.
Okay, because I remember there's like a lyric where he said like my grandma Zoe or something like that.
I say, my grandma do voodoo, and we chop the head off a goose. I got a couple songs referencing like stuff, cause like that's what I'm tied in with. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's why I came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So what part of Jacksonville did you grow up in?
The north side, 1646 West 45th Street, Hilltop Village Apartments. It's like the worst hood in Jacksonville, like literally the worst hood, Hilltop Village Apartments.
But you will have kids at one point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to live long enough to have kids.
For sure.
And if you keep going down this road, you're never going to experience what it's like to have kids, which is one of the greatest experiences a human being can have. You know? Yeah, you could go down and say, okay, you know, Foolio, he didn't take from nobody, whatever else, but you're not around to, you know, to feel that love because you're gone.
Oh, you trying? And it's crazy because I done dodged death so many times. Sometimes I just be like, it's just the way I live. I don't know. I just see death so much.
Hi, in Allison, a prominent rapper, Charles Jones, whose stage name is Julio Foolio, was celebrating his birthday here in Tampa when it was cut short. All right, take a look here, a bullet hole here at the wall of this hotel. Also, I'm gonna show you here, this window appears to be boarded up. Now, Jones's longtime attorney confirmed very limited details as to what happened here.
We're shooting for When I See You, Who I Smoke.
Who I Smoke came out of nowhere, went crazy, kind of made it more mainstream to where people who don't even know y'all, they were tapped into it. Did you make them do that?
I don't know. I took it too far when they made a song first. Speaking once the dead get involved,
Charles Jones, known by his stage name Julio Foolio, met a tragic fate on the night of his 26th birthday celebration in Tampa, Florida. This event has deepened the grim history of violence stemming from his rivalry with Yungeen Ace, a fellow rapper from the same state. The feud, rooted in long-standing animosity between their crews, Julio Foolio's Kata and Yungeen Ace's 8K, has claimed multiple lives over the years, escalating to this fatal encounter. Julio Foolio's birthday festivities initially began at an Airbnb, but were abruptly moved to another location after the host evicted him for exceeding the occupancy limit. Unfortunately, the new location was widely publicized on social media, leading to an ambush at the Holiday Inn Hotel where he and his friends sought refuge. The rapper, originally hailing from Jacksonville, Florida, had amassed a substantial following on social media platforms, boasting over 1 million Instagram followers and 600,000 YouTube subscribers. Despite his rising fame, Julio Foolio's career was overshadowed by the ongoing feud with Yungeen Ace, which often spilled over into provocative music releases and social media taunts. The incident has sparked intense speculation and accusations, with rumors circulating that Yungeen Ace may have orchestrated the attack. This suspicion was fueled by Yungeen Ace's swift release of a new diss track titled Do It, shortly after Julio Foolio's death, accompanied by controversial social media posts seemingly mocking the tragic event. Federal authorities have reportedly turned their focus towards Yungeen Ace in connection with Julio Foolio's death, highlighting the seriousness of the ongoing investigation into this fatal altercation. The Tampa Police Department confirmed the incident, detailing multiple injuries and one fatality outside the hotel where Julio Foolio was targeted. Julio Foolio's passing marks another tragic chapter in the violent feud between the two rap artists, underscoring the persistent cycle of retaliation and escalating tensions within Florida's rap scene. Despite occasional attempts to address the conflict in interviews, both artists largely refrained from delving into the specifics, with Julio Foolio expressing a desire for reconciliation, while Yungeen Ace maintained a stance of defiance and continued rivalry. The broader community impact of Julio Foolio's death is profound, raising concerns among crime analysts and community leaders about the escalating violence and its potential for further retaliation. This tragic incident serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of unresolved conflicts within the music industry, leaving behind a legacy of loss and unresolved animosity. Immediately after Julio Foolio's death, there was a flurry of activity and speculation surrounding the incident. Law enforcement swiftly responded to the scene outside the Tampa hotel, confirming Julio Foolio's fatal injuries and the hospitalization of 3 others. Speculations swirled about the motives behind the attack, with fingers pointed towards Yungeen Ace, who had recently released a provocative diss track and made controversial social media posts seemingly related to the incident. Authorities intensified their efforts to apprehend those responsible, focusing particularly on Yungeen Ace due to his alleged involvement in the ongoing feud. Meanwhile, the rap community and fans reacted with shock and dismay, lamenting another tragic loss in the rap scene and expressing concerns over escalating violence between the rival crews. Speculations about the future of the feud ranged widely, from fears of retaliatory violence to hopes for a potential ceasefire. Some experts and analysts predicted heightened tensions and potential reprisals from Julio Foolio's crew, while others emphasized the need for dialogue and conflict resolution to prevent further bloodshed. The tragic incident underscored the volatile nature of the rap scene in Florida and raised questions about the effectiveness of ongoing law enforcement efforts to curb such violence. The Tampa Police Department has officially confirmed that Charles Jones, known as Julio Foolio, was involved in a tragic incident outside a hotel in Tampa, Florida. The incident occurred around 4:40 a.m. at 11606 McKinley Drive, where Julio Foolio and 3 others were injured. Tragically, Julio Foolio succumbed to his injuries, marking another devastating loss in Florida's rap scene. According to Tampa PD, the situation escalated rapidly, leading to Julio Foolio's death and injuries to the other victims. Federal authorities are reportedly turning their attention to Yungeen Ace, another rapper from Florida, amidst rumors linking him to the incident. This tragic event underscores the long-standing and bitter rivalry between Julio Foolio's crew, Kata, and Yungeen Ace's crew, 8K. The specifics of what transpired are still under investigation as authorities work to identify all parties involved. Julio Foolio, who had recently turned 26 and was celebrating his birthday, had relocated to a hotel after being asked to leave an Airbnb due to overcrowding. Unfortunately, the new location was shared on social media, potentially exposing him to danger. Julio Foolio's attorney indicated that he was ambushed at the Holiday Inn where he sought refuge, highlighting the dangers associated with his public persona and ongoing feud with Yungeen Ace. This incident has reignited concerns about the escalating violence within Florida's rap community, with law enforcement and community leaders urging for calm and cooperation in their investigations. The impact of Julio Foolio's death extends beyond his immediate circle, affecting fans and followers who have been closely following his career and personal battles. As details continue to emerge, the community remains on edge, hoping for a resolution to the ongoing conflict that has claimed too many lives already. Julio Foolio, born Charles Jones, emerged as a prominent figure in Florida's rap scene, particularly hailed from Jacksonville. With a massive social media following boasting over 1 million Instagram followers and 600,000 YouTube subscribers, Julio Foolio garnered significant attention, both for his music and his involvement in a long-standing feud with fellow rapper Yungeen Ace. The feud between Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace was not merely a clash between individuals, but an intense rivalry rooted deeply in their respective crews. Kata, led by Julio Foolio, and 8K, associated with Yungeen Ace. This rivalry has been marred by tragic events over the years, claiming multiple lives on both sides, including close friends and family members. In 2017, the conflict reached a critical point when Julio Foolio's 17-year-old cousin, Zion Brown, was targeted, sparking a series of retaliatory actions. One notable incident involved the arrest of Deandra Thomas, a known associate of Yungeen Ace, further escalating tensions and deepening animosities between the rival factions. Julio Foolio's feud with Yungeen Ace gained widespread attention, fueled in part by social media platforms where both rappers and their supporters engaged in public displays of animosity. This digital battleground often exacerbated real-world violence, as seen in retaliatory actions and provocative music releases from both camps. Despite sporadic attempts to address the feud in interviews, Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace mostly refrained from discussing the conflict in detail, preferring to let their actions and music speak for themselves. Julio Foolio, in particular, expressed a desire to end the violence, acknowledging conversations with Yungeen Ace aimed at de-escalation, although tensions persisted and occasional public spats continued to stoke the flames of discord. As Julio Foolio's star continued to rise in the rap scene, so too did concerns over the personal safety of those associated with him. His public persona and involvement in the feud with Yungeen Ace underscored the risks involved, culminating tragically in his untimely death amidst ongoing tensions and unresolved grievances between the rival factions. The broader impact of Julio Foolio's life and death extends beyond his immediate circle, resonating with fans, peers, and the broader community invested in Florida's rap culture. His legacy, intertwined with the complexities of fame, rivalry, and violence, serves as a stark reminder of the human toll exacted by feuds within the music industry. The feud between Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace, two prominent figures in Florida's rap scene, escalated dramatically over the years, marked by a series of tragic events that underscored the intensity and repercussions of their rivalry. The animosity between Julio Foolio, associated with the Kata crew, and Yungeen Ace, leading the 8K faction, deepened following a sequence of violent confrontations and retaliatory actions. The feud reached a critical juncture in 2017 with the targeted attack on Julio Foolio's 17-year-old cousin, Zion Brown. This incident, widely perceived as a direct provocation, sparked a cycle of violence that claimed multiple lives on both sides. One of the most notorious incidents occurred in June 2018, when Yungeen Ace was the target of a drive-by shooting that tragically resulted in the deaths of his brother, Trayvon Bullard, and 2 others. Despite sustaining 8 gunshot wounds, Yungeen Ace survived, but the incident intensified the animosity between the rival crews. Julio Foolio's subsequent social media posts seemingly celebrating the deaths added fuel to the already volatile situation, exacerbating tensions. The feud between Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace gained further prominence in March 2021, with the release of Yungeen Ace's provocative track, Who I Smoke, featuring Benz Wappa with the Choppa and Fast Money Goon. The song sampled Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles and included references to deceased members of Julio Foolio's crew, igniting widespread controversy and public backlash. In response, Julio Foolio released When I See You, which featured a music video filmed in a cemetery, prominently displaying images of Yungeen Ace's deceased brother and friend, intensifying the feud and capturing public attention. Throughout the years, Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace occasionally addressed their feud in interviews, although discussions were typically brief and avoided detailed explanations. Julio Foolio, in a notable interview with Vlad TV in July 2021, expressed dismay over Yungeen Ace's disrespect toward his deceased brother in Who I Smoke, emphasizing that some of Yungeen Ace's collaborators were once Julio Foolio's supporters before switching allegiances. Despite occasional attempts at reconciliation and de-escalation, tensions between the rival factions persisted, fueled by ongoing provocations and mutual animosity. The tragic death of Julio Foolio, amidst unresolved grievances and escalating hostilities, underscores the devastating impact of feuds within the rap community and the broader implications for those involved in the music industry. Julio Foolio's crew included Rico, his best friend, and Kiki, his girlfriend, who were deeply impacted by the ongoing violence. On the other side, Yungeen Ace's crew featured T-Rex, his close associate, and Lisa, his sister, all of whom faced dangers amid the ongoing feud. The conflict between Julio Foolio and Yungeen Ace garnered significant media attention, with both sides occasionally addressing the feud in interviews but rarely delving into specifics. Julio Foolio expressed a desire to resolve the conflict peacefully, but Yungeen Ace's responses suggested a reluctance to end the animosity. Despite efforts by authorities to mitigate the violence, Julio Foolio's tragic death underscores the cyclical nature of retaliatory violence in the Florida rap scene. Crime analysts like Tom Hackney fear that his passing will only intensify tensions, leading to further retaliation between rival groups. This tragic incident not only marks the loss of Julio Foolio, but also highlights the broader issue of ongoing violence and feuds within the rap community, leaving a profound impact on those involved and the community at large.